Hey guys, it's DRG here, and today I have some Five Nights at Freddy's custom action figures. If you guys don't know, I do pop vinyl customs, repaints and etc, etc. But I'm deciding to branch out into other things like action figures, keychains, etc, etc. And this is my first one, honestly. I did this a long time ago, maybe like 2 or 3 months, but I was gonna wait because I needed like maybe 2 or 4 more to do a video on it for it to be video worthy, and now I have them. If you guys don't know who these are, this is basically Fredbear and Spring Bonnie, a mystery mini version of Fredbear and a mystery mini version of Spring Bonnie, and also a glow-in-the-dark golden cupcake, and also a little golden cupcake that was originally the regular cupcake called by Chica, but I used it. I already did something with that Chica that'll come out in a future video. But let's take a look at the Fredbears. If you guys don't know, Fredbear is to be considered the original Freddy Fazbear back in a pizzeria called Fredbear's Family Diner. It basically only had 1 or 2 animatronics, which was Fredbear and Spring Bonnie. He's basically the same thing as Freddy, except, well, unlike this one, Fredbear had buttons. I do not have any clay, but I do have some, what do they call it, blue putty. I might just add that and put it on him, paint it black as, buttons, but we'll see. Overall, I like how it came out. There is some paint on the bottom that's scratching up, but hey, I can live by it as long as I don't see it. Now let's look at the mini version of him. Same thing, just, Freddy Fazbear, just repainted. He has buttons as well, but, I decided not to. Well, I don't know, I might use the blue putty and paint it black, we'll see. He didn't get an official name until I believe FNAF World, where you get to play as him, where he's a non-playable character, the tutorial guide, and a playable character. And he also, we didn't come with this, I decided to give him a gold microphone. Well, the rod is gold. I decided to paint that gold. And he's not going to hold it, because if I let him hold it, the paint will chip off and that'll irritate me. I can care less about that. That'll go in storage. Let's take a look at Spring Bonnie. Just like with Fredbear, this is just a version of Bonnie, but an original version. If you want to think of Springtrap as this, I can see why, but it's Spring Bonnie. He didn't get a name until FNAF World. He was only mentioned, I think, in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, I believe. But, it's just the same thing as Freddy, except without the hats. Same body, same bow tie, except for one thing, and that's the eyes. As you can see, the eyes are purple because, well, I didn't want to paint them green because it's so small, and I don't want to mess up the eyes. But here it is. Here's Spring Bonnie's eyes. What he's supposed to look like, they're green, not purple. It was easy on this one because, well, I have a large space to work with. The only hard part was that to get between the stomach right there. If you guys don't know, this is a peg. You can take it off and put it back on, but that was really hard to get the paint in the inner stomach. And of course the paint's stripping off in the bottom, but I can care less about that. Same thing on this one, I believe, and the Fredbear. And put him aside, and I'll show you his guitar. Well, not his legit guitar. He basically has the red guitar. I basically gave him a gold guitar to go with the gold microphone. It's pretty cool, honestly. These are basically easy, except for, sorry about that, except for getting inside the strings. I had a hard time. You can see a little red in there. That always happens with these kind of products. Sometimes they, mess up, but nobody's perfect. I try to do the best I can. They try to do the best they can. And lastly, let's look at the glow-in-the-dark golden cupcake. This is not a legit, how do you say, Five Nights at Freddy's character, I believe. This is just, well, a fan-made character that I've seen online. I decided to do it myself. The only thing that glows in the dark is the head, well, this part right here I'm touching, and the lights. Everything else is just plain yellow and a light yellow. The hard part was painting the strings on the candlestick, it was pretty hard. You can see some paint chipping off, and the eyes. I had a hard time doing the eyes. I barely have a limited brush. It's not the smallest, but it does this job okay. And we have this one right here. This is basically what Chica would hold. If you guys know, in my Finance at Freddy's collection, action figure collection playlist, I have a Chica. And she came with a Cupcake, and I decided to paint him like this. This one was fairly easy, except for getting right here. I had to use the, like right here, I had to use the smallest brush I had. It was hard to get on it. This is not glow in the dark because I feel like it didn't need to, and the eyes are the same, except they're not yellow like this. But but that's it. Well, actually, it's not it. I didn't want to paint the eyes because it's so small, and I was originally, damn thing. I was originally gonna paint the, plate gold, but I decided to leave it like that because it didn't look right, honestly. So let's take a look at the paint I used. I used plain daffodil for the muzzle and the stomachs for the animatronics, and for the cupcake, plain daffodil was used on this part of the cupcake, and for this part, well, this part of the bottom of the cupcake. The gold, obviously I used it for, well, the microphone and the guitar. Bright yellow, basically the fur all over the animatronics and the cupcake as well. Sunny Day, I use that for the muzzle, ears. No, oh, sorry, I made a mistake. Plain daffodil, I did not use it for the fur and muzzle. I only used it on the cupcakes, wrappers per se. Sorry about that. I used Sunny Day for the muzzle, stomachs, for all the animatronics, and also that other line right there, the other yellow right there, that's Sunny Day. I used the only one that glows in the dark. I used glow in the dark paint for, well, the cupcakes where you have a glow in the dark effect. I was originally gonna make all these guys glow in the dark, but it kind of didn't make any sense. But then again, a lot of stuff doesn't make sense when you see Finance at Freddy's merchandise glow or something, or anything in general. Purple I used, well, for the hat and bow ties of the animatronics, which is purple iris. And lastly, I used spring green for Spring Bonnie. I never really thought about that. Spring green, Spring Bonnie. But, let me put this in right there. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be coming out with more. I actually have a lot more. I just was waiting for a video worthy opportunity, and this is now. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more. Bye.